Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Virginia, and I'm really excited to bring today's video to you all. It's a little bit of a different one. We're taking a break from the summer crafting, and I have a Christmas in July video for you. It is super hot where I live. I don't know about you all. Leave down in the comments down below what the weather's like where you live, but it is so hot, so I am truly dreaming of Christmas. Next week, I'll have a thrift flip video out that will also feature some fall and Christmas DIYs that I think you'll really enjoy. Mound of the faux snow, and then I tucked in a little tree that I got at the Dollar Tree and one of the wooden snowman ornaments. Then I just placed a large wine glass that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree on top of it, and it kind of looks like your own little snow globe. I did the exact same thing with a smaller lipped wine glass, so I just tucked down some of the little mini Christmas trees that again you can pick up at the Dollar Tree and then place the wine glass over it. The fun part, to top it all off, I put some LED candles on there so you have your snowy scene down below, but it can also be functional decor by adding those candles. This DIY is a little bit harking back to 2021 crafting YouTube because it's a really simple DIY. All I'm doing is giving a Dollar Tree sign a makeover. So Dollar Tree comes out with many signs every single holiday season, but the ornament signs are always there every Christmas. They have been since I started crafting in 2020 and 2021. So I am taking one of the wall decals. This is one of my favorite ones to use. It gives such a beautiful pattern, and I'm sticking it right onto our ornament sign and then trimming off any of the excess. Then once I had it all cut out, I did hot glue back the ornament topper back onto the sign. Next up, I'm covering the entire sign in some red paint. This one very well named. It is called Christmas Red by Apple Barrel, so I'm completely covering the ornament and then leaving that to dry. Next, I want to distress the sign so that it has that rustic kind of old Christmas look to it. So I went in with one of my chip brushes and didn't really wet it, kept it pretty dry, and just put the tiniest bit of brown paint on it and went all over. This is why I love the wallpaper where it's like 3D with that raised texture, because the brown will really cling to the raised spots and then the red paint will stay on the ones down below, and it gives a really gorgeous look. Then it was time to accessorize the top. I found a door hanger that had a bunch of bells on it at the Dollar Tree, so I'm using the bells for some different projects. So I hung two down there and then added in some garland, especially this one that had the little pine cones on it, as well as two cinnamon sticks. For the bow, I just took a bunch of scrap fabric that I had and cut it into strips, and then basically started making X's and plus signs with the ribbon. That's how I get my messy X bows. And then once I had it the way that I liked, I hot glued it down, added another one of those bells from the door hanger that I mentioned just a second ago, and then went in with some sharp precision scissors and just dovetailed the ends of all of the pretty ribbon strips. There was a one little blank spot up at the top, so I grabbed another garland pick, cut it down to size, and added a little pine cone on top. I love the way this one came out. It definitely made me nostalgic for the earlier days of crafting here on YouTube, where a lot of us would just take Dollar Tree signs and give them a nice quick makeover. This next DIY is super quick and easy, and again, you might have the items already laying around your house, so if you don't find yourself to be particularly crafty, or maybe you don't have a lot of time to craft something up for the holidays, this is a great one for you. So I'm using a real candle and then a taller LED pillar candle. I always have a bunch of burlap fabric on me, so I cut this burlap into strips. One is going to end up being, of course, a little bit thicker because it's a larger candle. So once I had cut it down to size so that it could wrap around the candle, I just pulled back two pieces of the burlap on the top and the bottom so it had a little bit more of that frayed design. And then I did the exact same thing for the smaller actual candle. Then to accessorize, I hot glued just a little bit of one of the garland picks from the Dollar Tree onto our candles. And even though it's hot glued on, I wanted to look like it was wrapped up with some twine. So I took my good old Dollar Tree jute and wrapped it around the candles and finished it all off with a bow. This is a really simple DIY, but I think it's so beautiful. It would look nice on a mantle. And now the next few DIYs are going to go again to that little bit of an old school YouTube where we're mostly taking Dollar Tree items and adding a bit of paint to them.
The first thing I did in this DIY was take a bright red paint and paint the truck, excluding the wheels and the Christmas tree. I wanted this truck to be really bright, so I did 2 coats of the red paint, and then I took a sparkly metallic green and painted that on the wheel wells as well as the tree. To give the truck a more cartoon feel rather than realistic one, I painted the tires black and then went in with the red paint, and on top of the red paint, I added a little bit of white to the center of the wheels. I also did a splatter effect all across the truck as well as the tree. To make the truck even more fantastical and look like it really is going to the North Pole, I added on some glitter snowflake stickers, and then I also did snow caps on the wheel wells and added glitter to that too. I cut out a small section of this wood sign that I got from the Dollar Tree earlier in the fall.
This next technique is really great if you don't own a Cricut or another type of cutting machine. It's a really cool way to get a font that you don't normally know how to draw onto your sign. So I printed out a font that said North Pole that I liked onto some printer paper, flipped it over, and used my graphite pencil to rub in all the letters pretty messily. You want a lot of graphite there on the back. Then I flipped it over, and you can either use a popsicle stick or the end of a pen like me, and you are going to basically press and trace the letter, so you're pushing the graphite onto your sign. And then I went over everything with a black marker, and it basically just works as a really great stencil.
To embellish the North Pole sign, I took a glittery reindeer sticker and put it at the front of the sign. I want the North Pole sign to hang underneath the wood truck, so to do this I'm taking small pieces of jute and first hot gluing them to the back of the wood truck. I'm hot gluing it right behind the wheels. Once I've hot glued it to the wheels, I am now going to take some hot glue on the back of that North Pole sign and lay that on top of the jute at the length that I like. The last step in this DIY is to take a piece of jute and tie it around the top of that truck so that it turns into a hanging sign.
This next project is one of my favorites because it's a larger DIY project, but it's actually still just using Dollar Tree items. This project is going to be using 3 of the wooden tree cutout signs from the Dollar Tree. So for the first tree, I'm actually going to be using 2 and stacking them on top of one another. I took the scrapbooking paper that I liked, cut it out, and then Mod Podged it down. As always, I'm using an old gift card to smooth out all of the bubbles that may have formed between the Mod Podge and the scrapbooking paper. Also, my paper wasn't tall enough to cover the entire tree, but don't worry, since I'm going to be stacking 2 trees on top of one another, it's not a big deal that there was that extra space at the top. Now I am covering my second tree in that same scrapbooking paper. And if I had any tip, it would be to use a plain paper because getting this plaid to match up was kind of a nightmare. But luckily, after 2 failed attempts, I did get it to match up, and I went ahead and lined up the plaid and then hot glued it down. I painted the back of the trees in this dark brown color just in case you were to see it from behind. Then I took 2 wooden stars, and I don't have any paint like stain, so an easy trick is you just take some paint and then dilute it in water, and that will create a stain for you. So I covered both of these stars in a brown stain. To give my trees some height, I needed a wooden dowel. This one was actually a s'more stick that I got, which worked really well. It was thick and it held up the trees without bending or sloping down. So I went ahead and covered this in the same brown color I painted the back of the trees. There was an obvious overlap mark where I hot glued the 2 trees together, so to hide this, I just placed a piece of garland over it. I began further embellishing my tree with the wooden star, and then I started to add bows and some holly berries around the garland. To add shadowing as well as some definition to the tree, I took a dark forest green color and just dry brushed that all around the edges. With my larger tree complete, I am taking that 3rd wood cutout, and I've done pretty much the same layout, the same plaid paper and the wood star, but instead of adding the garland and the bows, I'm taking this different type of garland and just weaving it all around the tree, and I'm using binder clips to keep it in place until the hot glue dries. Once I was done decorating the trees, it was time to add the wooden dowels to the back of them. I did this by securing the wood dowel down with some hot glue. I used an old vegetable can as the base for my trees. Then I filled it with floral foam, which the wood dowel of the trees will be stuck into, and filled it with a bunch of rocks I found outside so that it would be weighted down and secure. I took some burlap fabric and wrapped that around the vegetable can and tied it off with a piece of jute. These wood trees look great together, but can also be used on their own. This next DIY is one I saw about 6 years ago and knew I just had to recreate it. It looks really great during the day, but I actually prefer it at night when it's all lit up in the dark. I think it just looks really magical.
The first step in this DIY can get a little bit messy, so that's why I have the paper plate down. What I'm doing is taking my foam brush and brushing on some Mod Podge, then I'm sprinkling glitter all over. I did this completely around the candle holder, and I actually did it twice because I wanted a more opaque glitter look, and I let it set overnight. To add another rustic element, I hot glued jute all around the upper part of the candle. To add in some color and a floral element, I hot glued down some pine and holly berries to the front of the candle. Next, I took 2 tiny silver bells and hot glued them onto some jute. I also made a jute bow and hot glued both of those onto the front of the candle as well. To add a snowy feel, I took some white paint and painted it over the pine and the holly berries. And that completes the glistening snow candle.
I love the way that this lantern crate came out. I think it's the perfect mix of rustic and also Christmas, so kind of farmhouse Christmas.
I started off this DIY by painting the push pins a dark brown. Then I took some burlap fabric and cut out a small piece. I wanted this burlap to say believe, so I took some of these letter stickers and just put believe onto the burlap. Next up, I took that same brown paint and painted all over the burlap as well as the letter stickers. When I peeled them off, the believe was left. I painted the wood crate that same dark brown and then used the push pins to adhere the burlap believe onto the wood crate. Then it was time to start adding some embellishments to the wood crate. I first put in floral foam, then added lots of garland, some pine cones, cranberries, and put the lantern in itself. For the final touch, I added a bow at an angle to the side of the wood crate. I think this lantern crate is perfect to leave up all holiday long, even into the early winter. Here it is at night, glistening along with that snow candle. These corrugated star ornaments are probably the fastest DIY in this entire rustic collection. I printed out a star on my computer and used that as a stencil when cutting out the cardboard. Then I trimmed down the stencil star a little bit right before I cut out the scrapbooking paper. To double check myself, before I cut out the scrapbooking paper, I laid down the cardboard star to ensure that the scrapbooking star was indeed smaller. Then I glued it with a simple glue stick. To keep in with that rustic theme, I added a jute tie to the top of the star and a jute bow. The final touch was adding a bit of white paint to the edges of the cardboard and the scrapbooking paper. Now your quick and easy corrugated star ornament is complete. Another illuminating DIY is this rustic vintage candle. I'm starting off by taking this craft paper and wrapping it around my white candle. I secured it in place with a piece of tape, but you could use glue if you prefer. Next up, I took this scrapbooking paper and this really pretty musical print and I wrapped it around the candle as well. Then I marked off where I needed to cut. I'm cutting my scrapbooking paper 1 inch shorter than the craft paper. That way, when I roll it back up, you can still see the craft paper peeking through the top and the bottom. To embellish the candle, I'm adding a little bit of raffia and tying it around the candle. Then I added in some holly berries and a sprig of pine. To add that winter feel, I'm taking some white paint and painting it over the holly berries, the pine, the craft paper, and a bit of that scrapbooking paper as well. That's your completed rustic vintage candle.
Remember, I will be back next week with a brand new video, all brand new DIYs. They are going to be thrift flips and feature some Halloween, fall, and Christmas DIYs. I found a lot of great stuff in my thrift store, and I can't wait to share it with you. Until then, keep searching, keep creating.